Shit. I'm sorry. This is gonna be, well, this is a podcast right here. I'm trying to figure all this stuff out at the same time. Like, I got a new mic, as you see, like that. It's a dynamic mic as well too. Not bad for $55 as well too. Not bad at all. Like that. Okay, from 5 phone AM8 microphone like that. $55 of that. You get it from TikTok or Amazon. Either way it goes, it's not bad. It's good like that. And hopefully though, you can hear me very, very clearly, and there's no background noise and all like that as well too. Now, what I'm gonna tell you my truth, okay? And this is gonna be a long ass video, so get ready. Before I start, thank for the people like that who follow my channel and then some of that. Yeah, I know my consistency has been off of that. I've been working, I've been sleeping like that, doing daytime like that, and it's like, been rebuilding myself. Now, shit. I'm gonna like be frank with everybody now. The thing is though, like, mind you, I mentioned that I've been in a relationship for 14 years. I'm not gonna add no names or anything, that type of memory at all like that, because due to the fact that like it's not cool at all like that, and I gotta respect everybody else as well too. Now, it's gonna take a minute. It's taking me to like understand and remind myself what I've been through. The thing about it's like, it's like this. I was in a relationship for 14 years. Technically, though, we were married on paper. Okay, we was married. We was basically like a partnership, pretty much. And every relationship has a twist of turns and then some like that. And as a man, yeah, like everybody, like you gotta do what you gotta do to be in a relationship. That's correct. I agree. But at the same time, you're human, so it's like, why you gotta give your all? That's the thing. You gotta give your all in certain relationships, well too. And this is that, and that's the thing. We met down there in Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, and it was okay. It was good like that. Like, I loved her, she loved me. And I did care about her. I was looking at her as like, as a wife like that. That's the thing. It was to the point where it's like, I really want to be with her for the rest of my life. Now the thing about it is like, again, relationships has their own thing like that. We had our own faults as well too. I was working as a housekeeper. She had no job. I was helping her get a job as well too. And at the time we met together like that. I just recently graduated from ITD Tech, and like she was coming from Job Corps at the time. She wanted to find something in what she would like to do, and I was helping her out. Now, due to the fact that like we was young. I was 24. She was 22 years old at the time we met. And the thing about it's like, it was good. It was okay like that. The struggle was real at the time. And then the infidelity started. Okay, not on my part. No, not on my part at all like that. Like, I ain't get it. Why would it be like that? Like, why would you cheat on me? And the thing about it is like, that shit, that every man should say like, oh, you should have left like that. It's not third. Yeah, I should have left. I should have left at the time. But I forgive her that once. Then the first time, the second time happened. Third time, multiple times. Okay. It was to the point where it's like, I was like, oh, why am I with her like that? I should just go ahead and leave. Should have just left. I was working third shift as a housekeeper at a hospital. I mean, working hard, bust my ass. And this is like years after. She had multiple. She had a dude. I'm not gonna speak his name at all. Came over. I didn't even know about him at all. I never met the man at all. He knew me, but I never knew him. Now, the thing about it is like when it comes to that, it was like I'm trying to figure out why would you do this to me? She always tell me I'm sorry. I ain't mean to. Humans, like I'm only human. You gotta forgive me. That was my first mistake. I should have let her go. Should have noticed that. Yes, she was right. We are human. We make mistakes, but at the same time, the same mistake, that's not right at all. And that was my fault. I take accountability of that. I venture and so once I venture off into doing machine operations of that at my new job of that, then I saw the cracks in the relationship as well too. I thought that doing what I'm supposed to do like that was good for the relationship. It did not help at all. It didn't actually help. I was being the simp. I was being the simp. I was being the simp ass dude in the relationship. Pretending everything's okay. This and third. Thought that like, oh, she could change this and that third. People can never change unless they change for themselves. I know that now. Now, at the end of the day, like that was me. That's what I was. I thought that was it. So like thing about it is like when it came to that, I was starting to shut down. And again, multiple times. I found out a lot about her. She cheated on me multiple times. She had been like talking to other men as well too. And I asked this question. I asked her, why would you want to be with me if you doing this? Comfortability. She had nothing to take. She ain't had nothing to worry about. She had no bills to take care of. Only two bills, which was the Comcast and a utility bill. That was it. She didn't care. She had no rent to pay. She had nothing to take care of at all. I was one to take care of the bulk of the bills. I was the one who's doing all the damn work, grocery shopping, taking care of the household, being the man of the house. Then when it comes to sex, I have to ask for it. You walk around my house, butterball naked every day and night. Then when I ask for it, if I ask for it like that, it's like, no, I'm too tired. It's not third, and that's a damn shame. Like if it like you expect that a man is supposed to get it on automatically. It doesn't happen. It didn't happen at all with me. So it is what it is. Excuse me. The thing about it's like, throughout the whole years I've learned, I look back and I was like, damn, I did a lot. I did over, above, and beyond. And y'all will ask, why did you leave? Why didn't you leave, Lewis? Yeah, I should have left. I never did left. It got worse. I'll tell you a story right here. While I was working before the new job, I was working the receiving process at the hospital. Early in the morning, I woke up extra early, mad as hell at that. And she asked me, "What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Why are you acting this way?" I said, I know you talked to somebody. So why are you doing this to me?" She asked me, like, "How do you know? You don't got no proof. This, that, third. Let me see your phone then." And I remember it was yesterday. "Let me see your phone." I asked that. She gave me her phone. I broke down crying. Yeah, I broke down crying. And I asked her, "Why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to somebody that sit up there and do a lot for you?" She ain't had no answer. She had no excuse either at all. She just stared at me and just she's asked me a question on top of the question. You know, it's like my world was crashing in a world like that. We fought mentally, like verbally and physically at the same time, like that. Like, I blame myself. You know, I was emotional. You know, I mean, like, if you give your all to somebody you love like that, yeah, it's a reaction. You know, I was at the point in my end like that where it's all like, this is where I need to. I gotta find it out. I had to find it out like that. And this was in Baltimore, Maryland. I ain't had nobody to lean on or talk to. And then some. They had their own lives. I have my own life. So when I was at work, my one of my best friends, you know, my coworkers, I still talk to her like that. She still check up on me and then some. And you know, we good people. She's good people like that. You know. She said that, "Are you okay?" This and that there. Like, I broke down crying. Like, why would she cheat on me like that? You know. And when you give your all to somebody, you think they're like, oh, they I'm gonna look beyond the issues and then some. I ain't had no boundaries. I was still falling in love without no boundaries. Remember what I said though. So, the thing about it is, like, I was like, I had to tell myself, what can I do in this situation like that? What can I do in this and what's happening? I came back home. I got off of work in the morning like that. No, not in the morning. I'm sorry. I got off at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I just sat outside in the cold, thinking, what can I do? And then some. I was an emotional wreck. It was like, why would I want to keep doing this to myself emotionally? And this is where as a man I should have left, but I didn't leave at all. Thing about it is, like, the thing about it is, like, when it comes to certain issues and my relationship as well too, like, I try to fix the cracks in the relationship, but it wasn't working at all. It wasn't. I tried my best. My best wasn't enough. We was living in Baltimore City at this time, and yet I was still with her. Then when I got a new job, I talked with her. She promised me, but promises all bullshit to me now. She lied in my face and said, "Oh, I promise." Never happened. She kept cheating. She kept doing what she wanted to do. She kept seeing other people. She kept seeing other men. Then as soon as I had found out, I still stayed. Yeah. 14 years down the drain. And that's how I felt. 14 years down the fucking drain. Okay? I wasted my time. I wasted my energy. I should have just left. I didn't, though. I take accountability of that. Then I had the courage. One day I had the courage. Packed my bags, packed whatever was needed for me to get about. Now I'll pick up the rest of my shit later on. Go give her a letter and something. Then next thing I heard a knock on the door. 2 police officers came to my house, asking for her, asking about who am I to her. These assholes gonna sit there and say like, "Oh, are you the father of such and such?" The hell look like a father like that? I ain't that damn old. Shoot, I'm 40 now, but I was like 35 or 36 years old at that time. You know, it's crazy. It's weird like that. It's weird as hell like that. Now, it was around 9 o'clock Friday or Thursday, going to Friday morning. I just recovered from Bell's palsy, stress. I know, right? And the thing about it is like, you know, I was sorry, take a moment to understand, think about it like that. So what had happened was that like she got in a bad car accident. Yeah. They told me that the car flipped twice. It was totaled. Her car that she spent, that I told her don't do it. We can use this money to save and then some. She never listened. She went ahead and behind my back and want to spend the money on the car that she won. At the same time though, I had a car. Just build on that. But you gotta have boundaries as well too. And she ain't had no boundaries. She didn't give a fuck. She went ahead and kept doing the same damn thing. Cheating. Living her life. Doing whatever she wants to do. Now, when it comes to that, I could have left. Again, I could have left, but I never did. And did not. But that's a long story right there. I'm gonna talk to you later on. I'm gonna talk to you as well too, right now. And this is my truth right here. So, went to the hospital. I rushed there. I was there for at least till 2 o'clock in the morning. Doctors tell me like she survived. She had a fractured hip, brain trauma, and then some. She was unconscious for at least 2.5 months. I stayed. Yes, I stayed. Everybody else, and I know everybody will say that, why didn't you leave? I should have left. I should have fucking left. But I didn't though. Because I want to forgive myself at all. And that's where my problems come arise as well too right now. As well. At the time. So I never did left. I stayed with her, doing rehab, everything. But here's the funny thing about it when it comes to all this. Those motherfuckers that she was dealing with, they never called her. They never seen her. They never deal with her. And the fucked up thing about this whole situation was that she relied on fucking me. Okay? She relied on me. I was the one that was there. I was the one who held it down. I was the one who went to the hospital visits. I was the only motherfucker in her own goddamn world that was there. Yeah, me. I did everything for her. I was the one who was there at the side of the bed. I was the one trying to figure out what she needed and what she don't need. And yet, she still treated me like shit. I'm gonna tell you something. Before, I wasn't perfect at all. I'm gonna tell you something like that. Now, I listen to my gut instincts all the damn time. We visit Detroit, Michigan, 2021, 22. Okay, my hometown. She sneaked off. Yeah, she sneaked off with one of my best friends that I knew for 20 plus years. Yeah. How I found out? I found out after, I found out all the information afterwards. I found out she was pregnant by some other person as well too. She aborted the baby, you know. But hey, I still loved her. She hid a lot of from me. But back to my story though. Now, she went to rehab. I was there. She told me like, Lewis, I need help. It's not there. I said, I got you, baby. Don't worry about it. I was holding down the bills. I was holding down every fucking thing. You know, shit. I was being a man. I like any woman who was with me, any woman besides her, they would say that, damn, Lou did it all. Yeah, I did it all. I did it all, motherfucker. Okay. I did all of it. But I ain't get shit back. But bullshit. She claimed I cheated on her. We're gonna get back to that conversation right there as well too. Till I finish my story. Now, she got better. She had a tracheostomy. She couldn't speak for a whole almost a year and a half. Lost her job and then some. Yet I stayed. I took care of her. I took care of the house. Took care of the bills. I did it all. I did it all. And I did it all by the grace of God. And the thing about is like, when it comes to that, I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? I was genuine at the heart. I did love her. And I can't blame myself for that. I did love her. You know, I did love her. I did do everything for her. But I get nothing in return. I expect nothing in return. I just want her to get better. That's my return. I just want her to do better, get better like that, you know? And that way we can move on. I can move on with my life so that I don't have to worry about nothing. Then in 2023 of October, my father passed away. My sister called me like, oh, dad's gone, dad's dead. I was like, shit, what the fuck, man? I just came out of a bad situation like that, and then I'm coming back inside of the situation. It's just crazy like that, you know? He died in his sleep. So I had to go down to DC, take care of the funeral arrangements, you know, deal with that. And then some. Then I came back to work, trying to get my mind mentally ready like that. She had to go to ER, had to go to the doctor. She was diagnosed with leukemia at this time. I remember I broke down crying when I was at work. How the fuck can anybody do this? How the fuck can I do this? It was real. It was real bad. It was real fucked up. A fucked up situation. And here we go again. I gotta do what I gotta do. I ain't had that much mental health. I ain't had that much strength at all. My mental health was declining every single day. During this time, she was fighting against the damn doctors. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want that. I looked on Google and, I know my body, this, and third. And I told them this, stop fighting against them. Listen to what they got to say. Oh, but you don't know. You don't understand. You're not in my situation at all. What the fuck? I'm here though. I'm right here. What the fuck is wrong with you? You being fucking selfish. Why the fuck you don't want to listen to me? You feel me? Why the fuck is all gotta be in a fight with you? Yo, I don't want to hear about you arguing. I walked the fuck off. I walked the fuck off. I did. I had to walk off in the hospital, and I had to take a breather at that. And she trying to call me, where you at? Where you at? I ain't wanted to answer her. And then here's the fucked up truth. Here's the fucked up thing about she gonna accuse me of, you must be talking to another bitch like that. I'm like, what the fuck? I wasn't talking to another bitch. I was talking to another female. I was trying to calm my fucking nerves down for your sake. How the fuck you mean like that? I'm doing that, man. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing that kills me. That's the thing that killed me, though. Like, you accuse me of cheating on you, but at the same time, you deal with the bullshit. You deal with that shit, though. For real. I had many opportunities to leave you. Had many fucking times to my homeboys and my people telling me like, yo, I saw your girl down at the harbor with somebody. What the fuck, man? You doing all this shit to me. At the same time, I'm trying to be a good guy, but at the same time, you sit there and do whatever the fuck you want to do with me. You lived your motherfucking life. And that's what angers the hell out of me. For real. And like, we're going to go back to the situation right here. So, side note. I felt like she was cheating on me. And you know what I did? I stepped out. I did. For once. I was angry with her. I did step out. I didn't want to be with her. I cared about her, but I ain't love her no more. That's it. I was not in love no more. I just only cared her. I was basically like a partnership. That's what it is. I got tired. Mentally fed up. I got sick of it. I stepped out. That was one time. One time I did that. Did I feel good? Nah. I didn't feel good at all. Shit was dumb. It was dumb on my part. I should have just left. But I did not have the courage to leave. So I had to sit down and talk with her. I said this to her. If you don't want to be with me, then come on. Let's end this shit. I don't feel like it. And I should have told myself, let it go, leave it alone, and walk the fuck off. Go back home to Detroit, Michigan. I didn't though. And that's what's killing, that would hurt me the most right now. I should have just left around 2022 and then some. Typical Lou, right? Yeah, being a nice guy, right? There's no such thing as being a nice guy no more these damn days. You could be a good man in your heart, but at the same time, don't ever be a nice guy. Being a nice guy ain't shit these days no more, for real. So back to the conversation like that, back to the story like that. So it was like I was like this, like, yo, why you? She want to talk to every single motherfucking body that was not there for her. That wasn't even there at her side, at her motherfucking side. I was there. She ain't giving that much credit or disrespect or no respect at all. I did it all. I was the one that called her family. I was the one who told her how she's feeling. I was the one I was the communicator between her family and herself, between that. Her family's down there in Texas. And the fucked thing about it, I was like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they ain't come visit her. Only her father, her motherfucking father visited her. No one else. I was the one that did all. I was the one who did it all. I was the one that did everything. Went above and beyond. And look, she treated me like shit. You can't treat people like that. You can't. And the thing about it, she treated me like shit when she was in the hospital with cancer. Yeah. And I stayed calm. I did. 3 chemo sessions. I was at work 15 minutes away from my job, leaving from the hospital to work. I was spending more time in the hospital than work. Just barely be at home. I barely gone home. Hush your mouth, boy. Be quiet. Shut up. Be quiet. Cat meowing right now. I don't know why. But yeah, I was like why the hell do I kept doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to me? Because I cared about her? I guess so. You could say that. But at the end of the day, that wasn't love. I only cared about her health. Just wanted her to be well. That was it. That's all I wanted her to be. Just be well. You know? So the doctor set me down and set her down. Dismutations kept coming back. It was an AML rearrangement mutation within a mutation. That's what she had. I still remember to this day. FLT3. Yeah, that's what it's called. And like when the doctor told me that, oh, you are going to die, I broke down. I just want her to be well. I pray to God that I want her to be well. That's all I wanted her to do. Just be motherfucking well. I didn't want her to go. I didn't want her to go out like that. She was only 36 years old, you know? I did care about her, but it was like she just gave up on life. Like, what the fuck? Like, she acted as though nobody did not love her at all for real. And the thing about it, people did love her. But she didn't look at that. She thought that, like, you know, giving to everybody that give, and then they gonna love you back. No, it doesn't work like that. People be manipulative, and she was acting like that towards me. I loved her. I was deeply in love with her, but then on something like she said there and like, you know, didn't care at all. She accused me of cheating and then some. I'm like, yo, I never cheated on you. That was only that one motherfucking time. She thought that I was cheating on her on prostitution like that. She called me. She went to my phone. It didn't go through. The dumb broad thought that I was going to give her money like that. Like, no. She said, oh, you're a nasty motherfucker. This, that, there. You a dirty son of a bitch. After the shit I found out, I know you ain't talking. Text messages, videos, all that shit. You had a lame ass white guy came to my house and like doing 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock of that. And I should have said something like that, like, get the fuck out. But I didn't though. I never did. That's what angered the fuck out of me by myself like that. Should have been a man, like, get the fuck on if I call the cops. Never did though. I can't beat myself up no more like that, because, you know, it's in the past. Let it go. Before she passed away, my job, I was working at a pharmaceutical industry, and I'll explain that. I'm gonna say this right here. Now, when it comes to the team and all that, you know, yeah, I worked. I was in the clean room. You know, I was stressed out. I put all focusing on her. And when they fired me, I'm gonna tell you like it is. When they fired me, oh yeah, here's the thing. They fired me due to the fact that, like, I was my job performance. I was lacking my job performance. I was concentrating on taking care of my lady and these scumbags were married. The managers, the supervisor, not the supervisor, I'm sorry, my supervisor left before that. He even told me that, leave, Lou, you gotta go. They out to get you your job. I was like, all right then. I was on my verge of concentrating on getting another job though. But she got sick. She got real sick though. She needed my support emotionally and mentally, and physically and emotionally. And I stopped what I'm doing. I'm gonna tell you what. One day, and this is one day when I was employed of that company. She was talking to me. Then all of a sudden, like, she looked at me, stared at me, eyes rolled back in the head. I was calling her name out, yelling. She couldn't, like, I was calling her name. The next thing, like, all of a sudden, like, she came back, breathing heavily. Yeah. She had an embolism in her heart. She was having an embolism in her heart right there. Her heart was weak. And like, I had to call the ambulance, and I had to tell them, like, look, I had to go to the hospital. My lady, let me go ahead and leave. I'm gonna tell you what the fuck happened. I'm gonna tell you what this job did to me. So I knew I was gonna get terminated. They called me in the office. These two little scumbag sons of bitches like that. The young guy and the older motherfucker, like his head shaped like a Tesco with teeth. And I don't give a fuck. Okay, these lame ass motherfuckers right here. Okay, lame as hell. Okay, and to this day I call them lame ass sons of bitches like that. Skeezers like that. Low down, dirty ass sons of bitches like that with no empathy at all. And yeah, I do got some hatred in my voice. I do. I actually do. Okay. They sit up there. Hey, Mr. Bryan, I'm sorry, but you got to go. Okay. And I looked straight in the, I broke down crying, and they said, like, and I broke down crying. I said, like, my wife's in the hospital. What am I supposed to do? The HR person that told me that lame ass story, told me, like, oh, well, you still got benefits. You still, like, get the fuck out of my face. And then, but one thing that hurt me the most was this lame ass dude right on the manager's left side, rolled his eyes like, oh, get him the fuck out of here. You was a bitch ass, okay? Punk ass. And you're married too, bruh. Let me tell you something, okay? God don't like ugly. That's what it is. And I hope and pray nothing happens. But God and karma don't like that. And karma's a motherfucker. That's what it is. Okay? Again, I'm not gonna speak nobody's name at all, okay? This is my truth, okay? But let me tell you something, okay? Here's the thing. I forgive you. I'm forgiving myself to forgive you. And that's, I'm a bigger man. I'm a bigger man than you ever was. Because let's be real, okay? You can't never walk in my shoes. I don't give a damn how old you is or how young you are. And that goes for anybody. You can't walk in my shoes and then some. Because I'm going to do better than you. I cried. I got fired from that job. This is during time that she was getting treatment at a hospital after the 3 chemotherapies sessions. It wasn't working at all. She lost a lot of weight. I thought she was going to get better. It wasn't. So, yeah. Then it wasn't over. Oh no, it wasn't over at all. More skeletons in the closet like that. During this time, her father came down here to see her. She was getting passed away. I found out that she was sleeping with my best friend for 20 plus years. I held in my anger. I held in my frustrations and all that shit while she was sick. And I asked her, why the fuck would you do this to me? Why? That goes the same question for him as well too. Why the hell y'all do this to me? You know what she told me? Why would you go through my stuff? Mm-mm-mm. That was an excuse right there. Why would you go through my stuff? That's my phone. X, Y, and Z. This and that third. Why would you go through my stuff? Been knowing him for 20 plus years. I've read all the damn emails, the pictures, the text messages, everything. You had opportunity to tell me about this. It's no excuse for you. Am I mad right now? Nah, I'm not mad. Nah, I'm not mad at all. I'm speaking my truth though. I tell you that. That's what I'm doing right now for myself, for my well-being, for my mental health. Okay, this is what I'm doing right now. I found out I ignored her after she got her treatment like that. Her and her father went there, and I want to talk to the father as well too. Went to the station. We went to the liquor store just to get something like that, and I talked to him. I broke down, and he said like, "Look, man, you like a good dude, and then some. I can't be in it. Like, and I had to agree. I understand. He didn't want to be in it. That's his daughter. His daughter. He didn't want to be in between an our relationship. Then like he talked to her, and I heard parts of pieces of conversation like that, and I'm like, this like he even said like, you got a good dude on your hands. Why would you do that? He's a good dude. Why would you do that to him? But he shouldn't go onto my phone. What kind of shit is this? Like it's a mind-boggling like that. How the hell can you sit there and say some shit like that? Whereas though, like, you looking at your stuff like that as well, like that, as somebody, oh, it's my stuff, this is mine, like that. But at the same time, I was there, and I can't blame myself. I'm trying to see fault of myself, but I can't. Hell no, I can't do that. That's not right. We weren't even married on paper. And that's the thing. We weren't even married on paper like that. But at the same time, it's like, oh, what's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. That's bullshit. And thankfully, though, like, and I'll be honest with you, I did not have no kids with her. Because it would be much worse. I didn't even know it would be mine at all. And I'm being dead straight honest like that, for real. It was like a blow to my heart when I talked to homeboy, my so-called brother. He said, no, I didn't. I ain't do nothing at all like that. And that's the type of nature. I'm like, bruh, I got the receipts. Why lie? Be a man about your own shit and be honest like that. I don't know what you're talking about. Come on, man. Really? It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It was a fucked up situation. You feel me? It was a real fucked up situation. That's what it is. She passed away in July 20. She passed away around August 13th of 2024. Okay. I took care of the funeral arrangements and everything else. She want to get cremated. I'm gonna talk to you about that as well too, and I'm gonna be real like that. Like I was by myself. Got fired. No job. No nothing. Nobody to console me, and then some at a time. My emotions was everywhere. Her cheating, me finding out a lot after she passed away, the hidden abortion, all that shit. Not supposed to be feeling great about that time. Nah, I feel like shit. I felt like worse than shit. Did I deserve it? I don't know. I ain't know at that time. Maybe I did. Maybe I deserve everything I wrought that brought to my life. Then the bullshit happened. People, fake ass friends, transactional relationships. That's the thing. And think about it, is like, I'm gonna speak on that as well too. So she passed away. I sit there, tell myself like, all right, life is hitting me hard, left and right. I couldn't find a job. I was by myself for almost 2.5 months, alone, doing this on my own, paying the bills or what and whatnot with my 401k. Yeah, I was doing it all. I was doing everything in my power to survive. And that's the thing about survival mode. I was on survival mode for all that duration. And after she passed away, I took her ashes I got on a bus, got Greyhound. And the reason, and let me explain the reason being, because like I ain't had the money to go on a plane ticket, and the plane tickets cost at least $400 to $500. So I said, fuck it, let me go ahead and get on the Greyhound. Cost less, right? Yeah, I did. I took her ashes to a family. They appreciated me. It's nothing against them. It was just that, like, excuse me. I just feel like a big ass heavy burden was on my chest, and it's like I took care of everything. The father paid me back like that, and he's a good guy like that. I look at him as a father figure for real. I still do to this day. He wanted me to do better like that, which I'm happy about. That's why I love him about him like that for real. RT included as well too. I wish her mother was still alive, but unfortunately enough, she passed away while we was together in 2015. And that hurt me bad as well too, because her mother was a good person. I think that's what was a downfall from her emotional health as well. Now, the thing about it is, like, I tried my damnedest just to do what I was supposed to do. I did. She's gone. I had to rebuild, but I didn't know how to rebuild. I was on survival mode, so at that time I should have just left. But yet, Maryland, off the fucking hook. Now, when it comes to these two lame ass people that I thought they was my friends, and I'm gonna say it, lame. Okay, lame. Yeah, they can't be humble. They can't have no accountability at all like that. I had one person like that. Here's the thing. I blame myself though. I do. I blame myself. I take accountability. That's what it is. The fact that, like, I don't look at you as a sister. I look at you as a woman, as a female friend like that. That's what it is. And I was bad. I was feeling shit. And the thing about it is, like, at the same time, you should have said to me, like, Lewis, I understand how you feel, but you're going through an emotional stage right now, and I don't want death with you. I want to stay as friends. But instead, you sit up there and, like, went ahead and, like, threw dirt on my name to where as though, like, oh, you ain't shit, you are manipulative, and then some. But I had receipts, and you sit there and say, like, oh, your brothers don't know how to read this, that, third. They read everything. So how do you feel? And the thing about it is, like, shoot, like, hey, you was like advertising like it was a piece of candy like that. So I take accountability of my own actions, but what about you? You act as though you the saint. You ain't no goddamn saint, so shut the fuck up. Okay? Again, I'm not saying no names. I'm speaking my truth. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Okay? Then I had another female friend. or so-called female friend like that. Okay. I reached out to her, you know, and I know she still had emotions for me like that. We was together at least for maybe less than 6 months. Okay. She looked at me as a young guy. Okay. No issues at all. I don't care about age at all. Age is nothing but a number. But at the same time, you could have been straight up with me, you know? Instead, you had all these emotions come rushing back to you, like back then some. And the thing about it, you knew I was in a fucked up position. My head was everywhere. My emotions was everywhere. And I was trying to distract myself with those type of distractions. It's not good. It was not good. Not healthy at all. You should have been a true friend. But at the same time, I wasn't being true to myself at the time. But can you blame me? Maybe. I don't know. That's the thing. You can't. I don't know if I can blame myself at the time. And I look back and I look at the situation and I'm like, damn, I was a fucked up individual at that time. But here's the thing. I forgive them and I apologize to both of those people. I do. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be manipulative. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say anything bad. Okay? They was good people, and the thing about it is, like, I hope and pray everything be right for them, for real, for them and their kids. After she passed away, found another job. I thought everything was going good as well too, which was like that. It was going well, but I was distracting myself with work distractions. That's part of distractions like that, with work and everything else at the time. So I went ahead and my sister hit me up, you know, and I thought that I was gonna, you know, well, not my sister like that, but somebody like someone who had kids like that. I guess I don't know. We call it like that, but yeah, she hit me up, you know, said like, hey, can I stay over with me and my kids need a place to stay? That's cool. Get your shit together, get your act up together. That's all it is like that. From the time that I was working in 2025, all the way up to the day that I got laid off. She had not made the advancements of telling herself, I gotta get my shit together and go ahead and move forward my life with my kids. She wanted me, or she wanted trying to find somebody to help her out. And I was the one helping her out. I was the one that was doing a lot as well too during that time. When it comes to my grieving, I was grieving. I was taking care of the household, and I was taking care of 3 people as well too. I was holding down a whole household of me and 3 extra people. I got laid off around August. Yeah, August 17th of last year. Okay. At that time, I was like, what the fuck? You know, I got another job. The next time I got laid off after 8 months. What I'm supposed to do? Do a reset in Baltimore City? No, I decided to leave and go back home to Detroit, Michigan, so I can rebuild my damn self, man, rebuild my life with people who's true with me. Okay, and ain't that many people that was real for me. My circle was small. Okay, it was real goddamn small. Now, I came back home. I'm like, the distractions no more. There's no chaos in my life. It's peace now. But at the same time, I'll tell you this, at the same time though, I learned now who's real, who's not, either from Detroit and to Baltimore, and vice versa. Had to cut a lot of people off during my transition of going from another city to another city. And my brothers, and I thank them every single day. And that's for people who's still there at my back, who still have my back to this day. They know what I went through. And think about it, like they said that every damn time. They said like, you deserve so much more and better since you went through a lot. And you're right though. You're right. At the same time, I did not deserve this. I didn't deserve nothing that happened to me. But at the same time, this is what I feel as though I deserve, because I should have left. I should have gave up. I should have, like, I can't save everybody. I can't be like that. I can't be a savior. And this is when I said that in my videos, you gotta have boundaries. And I never did have boundaries for anybody at all. I thought I could save everybody. I thought I was put an S on my chest and say, hey, superhero. No, the fuck I can't. It was a real mind blower at the time. I got cheated on. My character got defamated by both family and friends as well too. I got tired. Got fed up. I'm not that type of Lewis like I was before. I'm sorry. It's I don't dwell on anger or then some. I just get fed up and say, okay, forget it. I quit. I'm done. I give up. And it gave me life lessons of who I am. Like that, you know. It did. And now it's like I'm rebuilding myself to where it's like, what's the one thing I gotta do for myself? And I am doing it. Every step of the way, I am doing this. I am doing this for myself. But at the same time, it's like, you know how to do it like that. So the first step for me was I had to learn how to turn off the switch, survival mode switch, because my survival mode was like basically like on forever like that, and I got so comfortable of that to where it's though like, you know, I got so comfortable of that, and like now it's like to the point where it's though like, you know, sorry about that. You really got that. Got so comfortable. Crap. There we go. Yeah, damn cat. Sorry about that. Like I got so comfortable of like, you know, you better get away from you better get away, okay? Move back. Get away. Move. It was just that, like, tell you the truth though, I did not know what to do like that. I had to go ahead and do what needs to be done for my own sanity and then some. Because let's be honest here, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? I'm an '80s baby, okay? And I grew up on Batman and Robin. I grew up on like, you know, the animated of Batman, the cartoon of Batman. And here's the thing, okay? The Joker, yeah. I'm gonna say something about that. Now, the thing about it is like when it comes to like the things that the Joker has said like that, he made sense. He made absolutely fucking sense. Okay? And this is just an analogy, okay? One day, You could be a good man. You could do everything good in your life. But one day, when you get pushed to the edge, you can snap. And when you do, that's a one bad day for everybody. You know, I'm just reiterating what I know is about the Joker. Okay, and yeah, I grew up believing, you know, like Batman and all that, or Bruce Wayne like that as well too, trying to be the good guy like that. But at the same time, here's the thing: being a good guy ain't all that great. Being a superhero is not all that great at all. You know, you gotta think about it. You gotta understand what you go through. What I went through in my life, I was at the edge of insanity. I was at the edge of saying to myself, like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me go ahead and let my demons play for a couple of hours, and I'll see to it like that. You know. And that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking about that. I was saying to myself, like, I ain't give a fuck about life. I ain't give a fuck about death either. That's how bad it was. I ain't care. It was at to the point of my life where it's though, like, you know, I was at to the point in my life where it's though, like, I ain't care no more. I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you one time. I'm gonna tell you something like this. I remember I woke up. This is before I was unemployed. This was before, it was during the time of, I was in that moment of my life to where it's so like, okay, what I'm supposed to do, you know? The pressure was so great. Those dark ass thoughts came in and tell me give up. Yes, they was telling me to give up and then some. I woke up in the morning. Early in the morning. This happened in Baltimore like that. I woke up early in the morning, and around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, brushed my teeth, you know, used the bathroom, and sat down there, and like, this is what happened. My phone, nobody never called me. I was calling people to see how they doing. Nobody never called me. Oh yeah, no. I had somebody call me. No, yeah, I had somebody call me. Yeah. He called me early morning and said like, "Oh, what's wrong with you like that? You seem like your girl died or something." I wanted to hurt him. I want to beat the brakes off that man. Okay? I still do. Yeah. Show him how I really feel. A piece of crap. The thing about it is, people like that with no empathy like that, karma comes back to them the 10 times fold. And I don't got no anger or hatred like that. I may sound like it, but I don't feel like it like that, you know? Because at the end of the day, God don't like ugly. You know? Things can come after you 5 times over like that. I learned that about karma. And karma comes back at people like that. So you know what I do? I let them be. Let them be in the past. That's how I learned. I learned how to let people like that fucked me over like that. Woke up in the morning. I left my keys, my badge. No, not my badge. I'm sorry. Left my keys, my wallet, and my phone. I was getting ready to go ahead and walk in oncoming traffic. End it all. Until my brothers called me. Both of those three of them. Yes, it was 3 of them, and then plus more as well too later on. They asked me, "Hey Lou, are you okay? How you feeling?" I broke down crying. Um, they talked me down to do something stupid, and I love them. I love them to this day like that. You know, I appreciate what they did for me, and I still do to this day. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be able to talk to y'all at all today. And I appreciate that for real. I do. I appreciate that. It was one of the things where it's like I was feeling like shit like that, you know. And it was come to time of my mental health. It was really breaking at a time. I didn't know what to do at the time. It was like, yo, like that was my real answer. Like, let me end it all. Let me go ahead and like end this shit right now. They talk me down or do some of not doing that. They did. And I just like I appreciate that. I do. Every day. It was at to the point where it's all like I was ready to end it all. I was ready to and like let life take me. I ain't care no more. I ain't care about how to live or how to die. I just said fuck it. That's how I felt. And like I like let me take myself out this whole world. Let me like end the pain, okay? But I didn't though. I didn't. They showed me it's better. It's better than not to go that way because they love me too much. Like I felt that like people did not love me. They only love me when I give them like that. And I'm starting to see that now. I'm starting to see that now when it comes to self love. Um, the thing about is like self love is where I'm learning to love myself again, and I am doing it right now. I don't have to seek another woman like that or somebody else to find that self love. I'm finding that self love within myself, and I do it every day. Not just like going to work and then some. Just telling myself like, okay, I'm doing this for myself. I'm not doing this for nobody, but I'm only for myself, and that's what I'm doing right now. It was tiresome like that to the point where so like I was basically like at that moment like that like I had my moments. I did, and it was that was the first moment. The second moment was when I broke down crying. I woke up, went to work, and this is when my family was staying with me. I ain't blame I blame myself for that. I ain't snap on them, nothing like that at all. I just pretend everything's okay. I was basically like trying to turn off autopilot, put myself on manual mode, but it wasn't working. I went ahead, sat down on the porch, broke down crying. I was looking through my phone, researching on the intake of a asylum because I was going to hurt myself again. When my family members she asked me like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." I had tears pouring down my face, and she did not even look at me like that for a hot second. Oh well, like I just want to see how you doing like that, and then walk back in the house. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? It was like at the moment like this. I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm good. I have to ask for help now. Your own sibling is hurting like that. She's grieving. What is wrong with people these damn days? No empathy, but they expect you to have empathy for them though. My friend for 20 plus years, she lives out there, Toledo, Ohio. Okay. And I'm not gonna say her name at all like that either, like that. I called her and I had a long conversation with her. And I thank God every day that she's back in my life for real. She told me this like, and she's right. I was blaming myself for her death. I was beating myself up completely because I was taking upon I was taking the accountability that she cannot take accountability at all for herself. That's the problem like that, and that was the issue right there. She knows she told me. She said that it's not your fault. It's not your fault what she had done to you. It's not your fault what she had put you through. It's not your fault. And she's right. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault of the fact that like she went ahead and did what she did like that. It wasn't my fault of what she put me through. It wasn't my fault at all. I could take accountability of my own actions, but at the same time, that's her accountability. Okay? Like I had a, and that's a real friend right there. That's a real friend, you know. And like I got people down there in Baltimore, Maryland, and like the lump sum of them like that, and some of PA as well too. Thank you. I thank you every day for y'all. If it weren't for y'all who give me that strength each and every day, I would have been gone by now. And I thank you for real, the bottom of my heart. Y'all know who you are. For the ones who called me and see how I was doing after I got fired, after she passed away, I thank you every single day. And I understand y'all busy, y'all got family, y'all got other things to do like that. I get it, but at the same time, you text me, you see how I'm doing, and then some. I appreciate that for real. I do. The thing about us like right now is like most people think that expect me. I thought I was gonna get in a relationship. No, I don't want to be in a relationship right now. No, hell no. I'm good. Okay, I'm fine. I'm good. I like to be by myself. Um, my mom told me this like that. She said, and this is what I said to her recently. This is just recent like that. I do envy people with kids. I do. I wanted to have my own family, but at what expense? My own self identity? Nah, I wasn't gonna do that to myself. And God showed me that. Life showed me that, honestly. Um, I wanted to do whatever it takes to have my son, but at the same time, it wasn't good at all. I don't I don't believe in abortions, but I do believe in try to give the child what's needed for them. At the time when me and her was together, I got her pregnant twice. I did, and I still feel bad to this day about going to that route. I don't like it. I don't like it at all like that at the point like that. But at the same time, I wasn't making money at all. I wasn't doing much, and everybody would say like, "Oh, like, well, you can still do it like that. You got family, you got friends." I ain't had no support. I ain't had no strong support system. Yeah, I have family, but they was in DC, and they was saying that they were no, hell no. I'm sorry. That's a no. And here's the thing. I got nothing against my cousins at all. It's just that like when it comes to like family as a whole, it's like I don't want nobody in my business. I don't want no and you gotta respect that. I don't want nobody in my business at all. And then so I'm trying to figure out what's going on and this oh why this, why that. No, I don't want none of that. Okay. And the thing about is like let me clarify. Okay. Um when it comes to that like that, when it comes to things like that and that nature of that, I like to keep myself introverted like that, secluded like that, isolated like that. And I had to isolate myself of the fact that like, the extended type of family like that, like I don't want nobody in my business. I don't like that. But at the same time, it's like be respectful of where I come from, be respectful of where I stand in my life. That's how I look at it. Now, I was making only at that time. I was fresh out of college. I was fresh out of school like that, and I was trying to find me a career in graphic designing. I couldn't find no job in graphic design. I was a housekeeper like that, trying to elevate, trying to level up my career. Okay. Most people thought that like I was going ahead and be a housekeeper all my life. I did not. I was a housekeeper for 12 years and a receiving processor for 12 years. all together. I was doing floors. I was a floor tech. I was a trash tech. I was doing all that. I cleaned the ER, the everything. I did it all. I know back in my head. I know how the healthcare is. I know the procedures. I know all that. But here's the thing, though. I don't want to be in the healthcare field, and consequently and accidentally, I made a career in pharmaceutical industry. I was a lead operator on the floor. I leveled myself up from nothing to something. And that's the crazy part, though, which is surprising enough of that. I never knew that. I was a bit surprised my own damn self. That's the thing. People did not like it. People was jealous of me when I left my first job for 12 years. When I first got down to Baltimore. Then I went to a company that's been grandfathered into this pharmaceutical industry since the 1800s. I know everything. I met two good guys, two good men. One's my supervisor. The other one was my supervisor. The other one was my supervisor as well too. They good people. They good people like that, and I respect them to this day. You know. And then ever since this what happened, they love me for keep pushing myself, and I respect that for them, and I love them for that. They like more like big brothers to me. That's the thing I love for them. Okay, and here's the thing I say like that: blood don't mean anything. Okay, it's loyalty and trust to me. I got trust and I got loyalty to them. They don't do me wrong, and I don't never do them wrong at all. They want me to do better. And that's why I speak for everybody as well, too. I just like it was kind of crazy where so like, you know, I went through so much. I went through so much nonsense in my life to where as though like, you know, I wanted to do better like that. Trying to be a perfect man for somebody, a perfect friend. But what I get, nothing in return. I ain't getting nothing in return at all. I don't expect anything at all. But at the end of the day, that's how I felt. And like another thing is this: when it comes to me being a nice guy, I'm not a nice guy no more. I'm a man with boundaries now. I can love you far distance, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and you ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it. You said fuck you, Lewis. Okay, this and third. Okay, that's fine. Like recently, I still talk to the guy that did that to me. I was mad. Yeah, I forgive him though. I forgive myself to forgive him though. And it's a fucked up conversation like that. I told him recently, I don't see him as a brother. I see him as a good person like that. That's all it is. He lost that title. But here's the thing though. I forgive him. And that's the one of the steps that I did. I forgive him. I forgave him for what he has done. Because I told him this. Ever since I came back home to Detroit, Michigan, he's been walking on eggshells with me. I'm not saying I'm not that type of person, the same person that I was before. Yeah, I do get fed up. I do get tired. But at the same time, I don't get angry. I'm be direct. And this is how I talk to people. This is how I speak to people as well too. And I'm gonna be honest with people like that, okay? That's the thing. I'm not here back home for luxury. I'm back home to grind and to keep elevating myself to do better. And there's more opportunities in Michigan or in Detroit than how it was in Baltimore, Maryland. And it's more accessible with me. Okay? I'm not downgrading nothing about Baltimore at all or Detroit either at all. Okay? I respect both cities, okay? It's just that like I see things differently now when it comes to me. I'm not worried about everybody else. I worry about what I can do for myself for Lewis. and I'm going back to school for welding, and I might go back to school for robotics just to elevate my career into another direction. And yeah, I'm 40 years old. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I want to do more for myself. This is not too late for me either, like that. Okay. But at the same time, you know what I'm practicing on? It's patience. I'm practicing on patience to where it's like, okay, I can do what I need to do, but at the same time, I can't go ahead and skip this X, Y, Z to go to ABC. You feel what I'm saying? This is my truth right here, and this is my honest God truth right here. Okay. Yes, I've been through something, and yes, I did climb the trenches like that, but with the help of people who cared about me. Okay. People still do care about me. Hell, I got people who want to be with me for real. But at the same time, it just gotta be patience. That's what it is. At the end of the day, I'm gonna do exactly what I need to do for myself. Right now, I'm rebuilding myself. I'm back to my. I'm went back to my respawn point as level 1. Okay, as level fucking 1. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm not sitting there telling me like, okay, listen, I can't give up this and that third. I'm not telling that myself. I'm telling to where so like this is my respawn point, and I'm back home, the 313. Okay, that's where I'm at right now, the 313. I'm more humble than I was before, and I'm much more considerate when I was before. But I had put myself second before I put and then I put everybody first. Now I don't do that no more. I put myself first now. Everybody comes second in my book now. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna be an asshole. No. What I'm telling myself is this: I am doing what's need to be done for myself and for my mental